So, as Jamelia said, our current government entered office last year on a lofty promise that Jamaica will experience prosperity for all, an experience that few of us, perhaps I don't think any of us here, have had in our lifetimes. Jamaica's economy has limped along at about -2% to 2%, certainly for as long as I can recall. Save for maybe 1 or 2 years in the late 1980s, I was too young to remember, when Jamaica's growth rate managed to surpass 5%. It's instructive to note that some of the factors that have hindered Jamaica's ability to achieve any meaningful or sustainable levels of growth. The main factor has been our high level of debt, which has affected a number of things, including the government's ability to tailor expenditure to growth-generating policies rather than to debt servicing. It has also affected their monetary policy, which in turn has impacted its stance towards interest rates, the resultant inflation, and its ability to manage it. Additionally, it has impacted the direction tax policy has taken, which has been mostly reactive to the need to plug budgetary shortfalls, rather than being strategic in its ability to be able to present incentives that would stimulate or otherwise support certain key sectors. So a number of factors rest on the government's ability to be able to bring down its debt, which, as the Minister of Finance said, currently stands at about 115% of GDP, with the target to bring it down by next year to about 108%, and thereafter to 89% by 2020 and 60% by 2026. Certainly very ambitious goals. This will free up resources to be able to spend on targeted projects that can have an economic impact. It also means the government's appetite for debt will be reduced, which can lead to a reduction in its presence in the capital markets and reduce the crowding out effect on the private sector. Inevitably, this would mean that the private sector can now be incentivized to mobilize its capital to more productive uses, which in turn will have a positive impact on the economy. So really the question is, what are the factors that would motivate and stimulate investment? And these are not unique to Jamaica. Capital chases where the return is good. So if there is a real return to be made, that's what the investments and investors will chase. In the past, it was easy and safe to chase government paper and earn an attractive return. There was no real incentive to invest in real productive assets. Take that away, and investors are now incentivized to move their capital into projects, assets, and investments that will translate into returns for them. That said, if the environment is not conducive to generating that return, investors will simply move their funds to other markets, i.e. overseas, where they can earn the returns that they seek. So what are some of the things that need to happen in Jamaica in order for the climate to be attractive for investments? These are no secret, and again, as Jamelia said, the Economic Growth Council has summed them up nicely in their 5 in 4 call to action. So they have given 8 points. I have summed it up into 4. And the main hindrances to growth would include 1, crime, violence, and corruption, and related to this, political tribalism. 2, access to financing, high taxation, cost of compliance, government bureaucracy, and difficulty in doing business. 3, macroeconomic instability, and 4, high cost of energy. Of course, as I said, they broke it down some more, but these are my broad headings. Essentially, if you address these areas, you have an environment conducive to investments. The next step is to actually have something to invest in. And I think we can all agree that Jamaica has no shortage of things to invest in. We are a country rich in natural resources. We have a country rich in human resources with very creative ideas, and we're ideally placed in our region. As to the specifics of the number of 5% growth, I think it's a good number to aspire to. Certainly it's higher than our average historical rate of growth. And the deadline of 2020 is also a nice round number to aspire to. And seriously, it recognizes the urgency of our situation. So we really have a need to break out of this low or no growth cycle we've been trapped in for over 40 years. How achievable it is will rely on how effective we collectively as Jamaica are at addressing all those deficiencies that we have in our system. Thank you, and let us see what the others have to say.